Hello students, welcome back once again to our channel for the solution to your problems, this time with Megha Goyal. Today we will solve the exercise of chapter 6 of NCERT class 8. This chapter deals with square and square roots, and in this video we will cover the back exercise of chapter 6, which is 6.3. Now let's begin with the first question, which says, what could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following number? So the ones digit of this number 9801 is 1. Second number is 99856. We also know that unit digit of square of numbers are 0, 1, 4, 6, 5 and 9. Therefore, the unit digit of this number would be 6. Similarly, for the third, 99801. So, the unit digit of the square root of this number will be 1. And for the last part, 657666025. Instead of considering this big number, just look for the unit digit. The answer would be 5. Coming to question number 2. It says, without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not a perfect square. So first part is 153. So here also just look at the unit digit. What it is? It is 3. And we all know that all perfect square numbers contains their unit place digit either as 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9. And we can see the unit digit 3 is not in the list of the perfect squares of unit place. Therefore, the given number 153 is not a perfect number. Second part, 257. Again, look for the unit digit. It is 7, and we know that there is no number which ends with 7 as a perfect square. Therefore, 257 is not a perfect square number. The third part, 408. Again look at the unit digit. It is 8, and for the given list of unit place of perfect square, which is 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9, 8 is not in the list. Therefore, this number 408 is not a perfect square number. The last part of this question is 441. Here the unit digit is 1, and we know that 1 is the number which have a perfect square number. Therefore, given number 441 has its unit digit 1, so it would be a perfect square number. Coming to question number 3, we have to find the square roots of 100 and 169 using the method of repeated subtraction. So, in this method, what we use? We subtract odd numbers from the given number, that is 100 and 169 till the time we'll get 0. So first odd number is 1, therefore 100 minus 1 is 99. Now we will subtract 99 minus 3, which is the next odd number. We'll get 96. Again, next odd number is 5. Therefore, 96 minus 5 gives us 91. And we will continue this method till we will get 0. Here, the second last digit we are getting 19, and the next odd number is 19. Therefore, 19 minus 19 is equal to 0. So, now we will find the square root of 100 by counting the number of steps we have done. We have done 10 steps. Therefore, square root of 100 is 10. For better clarity of this method, we will solve one more question by taking a number as 169. So, 169 minus 1 as a first odd number will get 168. Then 168 minus 3 is 165. 165 minus 5, that is the next odd number, gives you 160 till we'll get 0. Now, to find out the square root of 169, we will count the number of steps we have performed here. So, the number of steps we have performed here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. Therefore, square root of 169 is 13. Moving ahead to question number 4. Find the square roots of the following number by the prime factorization method. Before moving ahead, let me tell you what is prime factorization method. Here, if we have to find the square root of this number 729, we will do prime factorization of the given number. Prime factorization means dividing the number with prime numbers, and our prime number starts with 2, 3, 5, 7, 9 and so on and so forth. So, we will divide the given number with the least prime number. 729 divided by 2, but we know that 729 is not divisible by 2, so we will move ahead to the next prime number, which is 3. So 729 divided by 3 gives you 243, again divided by 3 gives you 81, again by 3 gives you 27, again 27 divided by 3 gives you 9, and we will continue this process till we get 1. Now, to find the square root of 729, we will write these prime numbers into square roots. Count the number of 3's over here. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, make pairs of the similar numbers. So, 2 times 3, 2 times 3, 2 times 3. Therefore, 3 into 3 into 3 gives you 27. Hence, 27 is the square root of 729. Second part, we have to find the square root of 400 using prime factorization. Similarly, applying the same approach, we will divide 400 by the least prime number, which is 2. So, by dividing it 2, we will get 200. Then again divided by 2, we will get 100, and doing the same approach till we get 1. Now write these prime numbers into the square root. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 5. Then make pairs of the similar prime numbers, that is 2, 1 pair, again second pair of 2 and the third pair of 5. Multiply these pair. 2 into 2 into 5 gives you 20. Hence 20 is the square root of 400. Solving our third part with the same approach, we have given the number as 1764. Doing the prime factorization of 1764, we will get square root of 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7 into 7. Now making the pairs of the similar prime numbers, we will get 2, 3 and 7. Multiplying 2, 3, 7 will get 42, which means 42 is that number by squaring of which we will get 1764. Moving to the fourth part of the question, we have to find the square root of 4096. Doing the same approach, we will do the prime factorization of 4096, which gives you a resultant as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 12. Therefore, if we make the pairs of 2's, we will get 6 times 2. Am I right? 6 times 2. Therefore, multiplying these, we will get 64, which means 64 is the square root of 4096. The fifth part of the question is 7744. Here also we will put the same approach for finding the square root of the given number by doing prime factorization, that is dividing the given number by the least prime number first. So, when we divide 7744 by 2, we will get 3872. Till the time this number is not divisible by 2, we will move ahead to the next prime number. Now the resultant is 121, and we know that 121 is divisible by 11, which is also a prime number. Now count the number of prime numbers here. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 11 into 11. Now make pairs of these prime numbers. Then the resultant will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 11. Multiplying this will get 88, which means it is the square root of 7744. Moving to the next part, we have to find the square root of 9604. By doing the prime factorization of 9604, we will get 2 into 7 into 7, and multiplying this will get 98, which means this number is the square root of 9604. The next number is 5929. Again, do the prime factorization of 5929, and we also know that 5929 is not divisible by 2. Similarly, it is not divisible by 3 also, and not by 5 also. So the next prime number is 7. Therefore, by solving, we will get 7 into 7 into 11 into 11, and by making the pairs of the prime numbers, we will get 7 into 11, which gives us 77. So the answer will be 77. The next number is 9216. Here also we will do the prime factorization of 9216, and we will continue doing this till we will get 1. Okay. So the prime factorization of this number, and by making the pair of the prime numbers, we will get the resultant as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Therefore, multiplying the same, we will get the resultant as 96, which means it is a square root of 9216. The next number is 529. 529. Here also we have to check what is the least prime number by which 529 will get divided. So we know that 529 is divisible by 23, which gives us 23, and 23 is also divisible by 23. Therefore, the prime factorization of 529 is 23 into 23, which gives us 23. Hence, 23 is that number by square of which we will get 529. And the last part of this question is 8100. Similarly, doing the prime factorization of 8100, we will get a prime factors as 2 into 3 into 3 into 5, and multiplying this will get 90, which means 90 is that number which when multiplied by 90 gives you 8100. Moving to the next question, it says, for each of the following numbers, find the smallest whole number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. And after finding the number, find the square root of the number so obtained. So the first number is 252. So for finding the smallest whole number, we will do the prime factorization of 252 by the method I have just told you. So it would give you 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7, and here we can see the prime factor 7 has no pair with itself. Therefore, 252 must be multiplied by 7 to make it a perfect square. So 252 into 7 gives you 1764, and the square root of this number. How we will find the square root of this number? By doing the prime factorization, which is 2 into 3 into 7 gives you 42. Second part of the question is 180. So the prime factors of 180 are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. So we can clearly see that 5 is the prime number which has no pair with itself. Therefore, we have to multiply 180 into 5, will get 900. So now we have to find the square root of 900. So the square root of 900 is 30. The third part of the question is 1008. Similarly, we have find the prime factorization of 1008 till we will get 1 as a resultant. So the prime factorization of 1008 are 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 3 into 3 into 7, and we can clearly see that 2 has a pair, again 2 has a pair, 3 has a pair but 7 has no pair with itself. Therefore, we have to multiply this number with 7 to get a resultant number, and then again find the square root of this number. What will be the square root of this number? 2 into 2 into 3 into 7, which is 84. The fourth part of the question is 2028. In this we have to find that smallest whole number by which we should multiply this number to get a perfect square. And for finding that smallest whole number, we will do the prime factorization of the number 2028, which is 2 into 2 into 3 into 13 into 13, and we can see 2 is making a pair and 13 is also making a pair, but 3 has no pair with itself. Therefore, to make it a perfect square, we have to multiply 2028 into 3, which gives you 6084, and the square root of 6084 is 2 into 3 into 13, that is 78. Fifth part of the question is 1458. Here, to find the smallest whole number by which we should multiply this number to make it a perfect square, we have to find the prime factors of this number. And by doing the prime factorization, we can see that 2 is a single digit which has no pair with itself. Therefore, we will multiply 1458 with 2 to get a resultant as 2916, which means this is a perfect square, and the square root of this number will be 2 into 3 into 3 into 3, which gives you 54. The last part of this question is 768. So, by now applying the same approach to make it a perfect square, we will do the prime factorization of this number, and the prime factorization of this number is this, and we can clearly see 3 is the only digit which has no pair with itself. Therefore, to make 768 as a perfect square, we will multiply it by 3, which gives you 2304. Now, this is a perfect square number. Now, we have to find the square root of this number. So, to find the square root of this number, we will multiply the prime factors of this number, which is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, which gives you 48. Moving ahead to question number 6, it says, for each of the following number, find the smallest whole number by which it should be divided so as to get a perfect square. Also, find the square root of the square number so obtained. In the previous question, we multiplied with the smallest number, and in this question, we will divide by the smallest number to make the number as a perfect square number. Here also, we will do the same approach. First number is 252. We will first do the prime factorization of 252, which is 252 divided by 2, the resultant again divided by 2, get the resultant divided by 3, and so on and so forth till we get 1. Therefore, the prime factors are 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 7. Here, prime factor 7 has no pair. Therefore, 252 must be divided by 7 to make it a perfect square. By dividing 252 by 7, we will get 36. Now, find the square root of this number. 36. Square root of 36 is 6. Second part is 2925. Again, applying the same approach. Prime factorization of 2925 is 3 into 3, 5 into 5 and 13. Here also we can see 13 is a single number which has no pair with itself. Therefore, 2925 must be divided by 13 to make it a perfect square. By dividing 2925 by 13, we will get the resultant as 225. And we know that 225 is the square root of 15. Moving to the third part of the question, that is 396. Here also we have to find the smallest number which should be divided by this number to make it a perfect square. So here also we will do the prime factors of this number, which is 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 11. And by making the pairs, we realized that 11 has no pair with itself. Therefore, 396 must be divided by 11. By dividing 396 by 11, we'll get 36. Now 36, it is a perfect square number. Now second part of the question says we have to find the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is 6. The fourth part of the question is 2645. Again, applying the same thing, do the prime factorization of 2645. While doing the prime factorization, this number will be divided by 5. So we'll get the resultant as 529, and we also know that 529 will be divided by 23, which will again be divisible by 23 to get 1. Therefore, the prime factorization of 2645 is 5 into 23 into 23. And while doing the prime factorization, we realize that 5 is the only prime factor which has no pair. Therefore, 2645 must be divided by 5 to make it a perfect square number. While when 2645 got divided by 5, we'll get 529. Now this 529 is a perfect square number. Now we have to find the square root of this number, and the square root of this number is 23. The fifth part of the same question says we have to find the number which will when divided by 2800 get the perfect square. While doing the prime factorization of 2800, we will get the resultant as 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 5 into 7. And here we can see 7 is the only number which has no pair. Therefore, 2800 must be divided by 7 to make it a perfect square. So, while dividing 2800 by 7, we'll get 400. Now, 400 is a perfect square number, and the square root of 400 will be 2 into 2 into 5. Now, one can ask why we are not multiplying it by 7. Here 2 into 2 into 5, and why not multiplying it by 7? Because 7 is that number which when divided by 2800 got 400, which is a perfect square. If we will multiply this number by 7, we will again get the non-perfect square number. That is the reason why we are not multiplying it by 7. So the resultant will be 20. Then 20 is the square root of 400. The last part of this question is 1620. So 1620, prime factorization of this number is this. And while seeing the prime factorization, we can clearly see 5 has no pair with itself. Therefore, 1620 must be divided by 5 to get a perfect square number, that is 324. And we know that 324 is a perfect square number. And to find the square root of this number, what method we use? We use the prime factorization method, which is 2 into 3 into 3, and not by 5, because 5 was that number which was when divided by 1620 gives us the perfect square number. So multiplication of 2 into 3 into 3 gives you 18, which means 18 is the perfect square root of 324. Moving ahead to question number 7, it says the students of class 8th of a school donated rupees 2401 in all for Prime Minister's National Relief Fund. Each student donated as many rupees as the number of students in the class. Find the number of students in the class. Solution for this question is, here we know donated money is 2401. Let the number of students be x. Therefore, donated money be x into x. Why? Because it was clearly mentioned in the question that each student donates as many rupees as the number of students. So donated money will be x into x, which gives you x square. According to the question, x square is equal to 2401. Now we have to find the square root of 2401, and we know how to find the square root of 2401 using prime factorization. While using prime factorization, we got to know that the resultant will be 7 into 7 into 7 into 7. Now make the pairs of the prime numbers. We'll get 7 into 7, which is 49. Hence, the number of student is 49. Moving to the question number 8. It says 2025 plants are to be planted in a garden in such a way that each row contains as many plants as the number of rows. Find the number of rows and the number of plants in each row. First, understood the meaning of this line. That is, if one row is there, then one plant is there. 2 rows is equal to 2 plants, and so on and so forth. So the solution of this is, number of plants is 2025, it is given. Therefore, let the number of rows of planted plants be x, and each row contains number of plants is equal to x also, because each row contains as many plants as the number of rows, and by solving the equations we will get x square is equal to 2025. Therefore, x is equal to square root of 2025, and we know how to find the square root of such numbers. Therefore, x is equal to 45. Hence, each row contains 45 plants. Coming to the next question, we have to find the smallest square number that is divided by each of the number 4, 9, 10. Here, whenever the smallest come, that means we have to find the LCM of the given numbers. So the LCM of 4, 9, 10 is 180. That is, 180 is that number which is fully divisible by 4 also, 9 also, and 10 also. Now do the prime factors of 180. Here is the method of doing the prime factors of 180 as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Here we can see prime number 5 has no pair with itself. Therefore, 180 must be multiplied by 5 to make it a perfect square. Hence, the smallest square number which is divided by 4, 9 and 10 is 900. To have a better clarity on the same question, let's try one more question of this type. Find the smallest square number that is divisible by each of the following number, that is 8, 15 and 20. What is the first step? Find the LCM of 8, 15 and 20, which is 120. Do the prime factorization of 120. It gives you 2 into 2 into 2 into 3 into 5. Now make the pairs of prime numbers. Okay, by making the pairs of prime numbers, we observe that 2, 3 and 5 has no pair with itself. Therefore, 120 must be multiplied by 2, 3 and 5 to make it a perfect square number. While dividing 120 with 2, 3, 5, we'll get 3600. Hence, the smallest square number which is divisible by 8, 15 and 20 is 3600. With this, we have completed the back exercise of chapter 6, and I hope I have made myself very clear with the solution, and in case of any doubt, please mention the same in the comment section below. Till then, take care, bye bye, thank you.